I always trusted my sister, more than anyone. So when she started texting my boyfriend more often, I did not think much of it. Family group chat, planning surprises, normal stuff, right. Until one night, his phone lit up while he was in the shower. And the message on the screen did not say my name. It said, "Do you think she suspects anything?" That was the moment I realized. This was not just betrayal. It was the kind of secret that could destroy my entire family. My name is Emma. I am 28, and until last year I thought my life was finally settling into something stable. I had a steady job, a small but cozy apartment, and a boyfriend I truly loved. His name is Rian. Rian and I met through friends at a birthday dinner. He was quiet at first, but once he relaxed, he had this dry humor that caught me off guard. By the end of the night, we were talking like we did known each other for years. Our relationship grew naturally. No dramatic whirlwind, just steady, comfortable closeness. He was thoughtful, the kind of guy who did bring coffee to my office when I mentioned I had a rough morning. He remembered tiny details, like my favorite movie or the way I hate loud restaurants. After a year together, we started talking seriously about the future. Not rushing, just imagining. Trips we wanted to take, maybe moving in together, maybe more someday. And the person I was happiest to share this relationship with was my sister, Chloe. Chloe is 2 years younger than me. Growing up, we were close in that complicated sister way. We fought over clothes, borrowed each other's things without asking, but at the end of the day, we told each other everything. When I introduced Rian to her, I wanted her to like him. And she did. Almost immediately. She joked with him easily. They shared similar taste in music. Sometimes the three of us would hang out, laughing about dumb stories from childhood. At first, I thought it was perfect. My boyfriend, getting along with my sister, felt like a dream. But slowly, little things started to feel strange. It began subtly. Chloe started texting Rian occasionally. At first it made sense. "Hey, what should I get Emma for her birthday? Can you help me plan a surprise dinner for her?" Stuff like that. Rian always mentioned it casually. "Your sister asked about your gift today," he would say, smiling. It felt harmless. Then the messages became more frequent. Not just about me. Sometimes Chloe would send him memes directly instead of the family group chat. Sometimes Rian would laugh at something on his phone and say, "Your sister's ridiculous," but would not show me the message. I told myself I was overthinking. They were family now. Why would it be weird? But one evening, something stuck in my mind. We were at my parents' house for dinner. I walked into the kitchen unexpectedly and saw Chloe and Rian standing close, laughing quietly about something on his phone. They stepped apart a little too quickly when they noticed me. "Inside joke," Chloe said casually. Rian nodded. I smiled, but inside something felt off. Still, I pushed it down. Because accusing your sister and boyfriend of anything without proof feels crazy. Weeks passed. Then came the night everything changed. Rian was staying over at my apartment. We did watch a movie, talked for a bit, then he went to shower while I cleaned up the kitchen. His phone was on the coffee table. It buzzed once. Then again. I ignored it. But the third buzz lit up the screen. And that's when I saw the message. From Chloe. "Do you think she suspects anything?" My heart dropped into my stomach. For a second, I thought maybe I read it wrong. Maybe it was about planning a surprise. Maybe I was imagining things. But then another message appeared. "I feel bad, but I can't stop thinking about you." My hands started shaking. I just stood there staring at the screen, frozen. My brain screamed, "Don't look." But my fingers moved anyway. I picked up the phone, unlocked it, and opened the chat. The messages went back months. Not daily at first, but gradually more frequent. At the beginning, it was innocent. Jokes, friendly chats. But as I scrolled, the tone changed. Late-night conversations, personal confessions. Chloe telling Rian about her work stress, her dating frustrations, how she felt misunderstood. Rian replying with comfort. You deserve someone who really sees you. You are stronger than you think. The emotional closeness was obvious. My chest felt tight as I kept scrolling. Then I saw messages from 2 weeks ago. Chloe, sometimes I wish we met first. Rian, don't say that. Chloe, you have thought it too. Rian, I try not to. My vision blurred. This was not harmless. This was emotional betrayal. And then I saw the message from tonight again. I feel bad, but I can't stop thinking about you. My heart pounded so loudly I could hear it. The shower turned off. I panicked, locked the phone, and put it back exactly where it was. Rian walked out a minute later, towel around his neck, smiling like everything was normal. You okay? He asked. I looked at him, at the man I trusted. And suddenly, I felt like I did not know him at all. Yeah, I lied. But inside, everything was breaking. I did not confront him that night. I wanted to. But I needed to understand first. The next day, I called Chloe. I tried to sound normal. Hey, wanna grab coffee? She agreed. When we met, she seemed completely relaxed. Laughing, chatting, acting like nothing was wrong. For a moment, I wondered if I had imagined everything. Then I asked quietly, Are you and Rian talking a lot lately? She hesitated for a fraction of a second. Not really, just sometimes. That tiny pause told me everything. My chest tightened. I leaned forward. I saw your messages, I said softly. Her face went completely pale. For a long moment, she did not speak. Then she whispered, How much did you see? Enough. Tears filled her eyes instantly. It was not supposed to happen, she said. My voice shook. What was not? She swallowed. I did not plan to like him, I swear. Hearing that from my own sister felt unreal. You knew he was my boyfriend, I said quietly. I know, she cried. I hate myself for it. I felt tears sting my eyes, but anger held them back. Did anything happen between you two? I asked. She shook her head quickly. No, nothing physical. We never crossed that line. But you wanted to, I said. She did not answer. And that silence was louder than anything. Then she said something that stunned me. He told me he was going to talk to you. My heart stopped. And about what? That he felt confused, she whispered. That he did not know how to fix things without hurting you. I felt dizzy. Fix what? My relationship suddenly felt like something fragile I had not realized was cracking. I left the cafe in a blur. That night, I confronted Rian. We sat on the couch, the air heavy between us. I read your messages with Chloe, I said. He went still. No denial. No surprise. Just a slow exhale. I figured, he murmured. Tell me the truth, I said, my voice trembling. Do you have feelings for my sister? He looked at me for a long time. Then nodded once. Yes, but that's not the whole story. My chest felt like it caved in. What else is there? He leaned forward, voice quiet. I never wanted this. I love you, Emma. I really do. But over the past few months, we have been drifting. Conversations got shorter. Time together felt routine. I felt tears finally spill. And instead of talking to me, you got closer to my sister. He shook his head. It started with her asking advice about you, planning surprises, talking about family stuff. Then we started talking about life, and it just happened. I whispered, so what now? He looked devastated. I was going to tell you. I wanted to fix things. I never planned to leave you. But you hid it, I said. Oh, yes. That was the part I could not get past. Not the feelings. The secrecy. The next few weeks were the hardest of my life. I barely spoke to Chloe. Rian gave me space, but kept asking if we could talk. Eventually, we did. Long, painful conversations. About trust. About honesty. About whether love can survive emotional betrayal. Rian showed me the full message history. Nothing physical. No secret meetings. But the emotional closeness was real. And that hurt. Chloe apologized again and again. She promised to step back completely. In the end, I had to make a choice. Not between them. Between my self-respect and my fear of starting over. And I chose myself. I broke up with Rian. Not because I did not love him, but because I could not rebuild trust with that shadow between us. Chloe and I did not talk for months. It felt like losing two important people at once. But slowly, time softened things. Chloe worked hard to rebuild our relationship. Therapy, honest talks, boundaries. A year later, we are not exactly the same as before. But we are healing. As for Rian, I heard he moved to another city. Sometimes, I still think about what we had. But I don't regret my decision. Because love should not feel like you are competing with your own family. And sometimes the hardest choice is the one that saves your peace. So tell me honestly, if your sibling crossed that line with your partner, could you ever forgive them? Let me know in the comments. And if you love emotional, real-life confession stories like this, don't forget to subscribe, because the next one might be even more shocking.